Hello everyone! Guess what we'll talk about today? Well, language learning. And what about language learning? Making language learning more fun. And yes, I know, you probably knew that because you read the title, and language learners are proven to be extremely smart people. So, for this video, I've thought long and hard to give you my 7 best ways of making language learning as fun as possible. If you'd like to share some of the ways that you make language learning more fun, then obviously you know where to share them, in the description box below. No, in the comment section below, rather. So number 1, doing language learning challenges. Language learning challenges come in different shapes and forms. One of the coolest ones I've seen was created by Aaron from Fingtam Languages a few years ago. It was called the 30-Day Record Yourself Challenge, and every day you had to answer a short question on video and then share it on social media to get some feedback if you so wished. It was such a great challenge, and it actually kind of went viral, which was really cool for Aaron. Mark from Language Come Up also came up with the challenge, which was called, 40 hours 7-day language challenge. And essentially for an entire week, you had to do 40 hours of language learning. I documented myself doing that challenge a few years back during COVID, good old times. I will put a playlist in the description box below. But obviously, there's other challenges you can give yourself. For example, you could do a week-long challenge where you watch a film in your target language every day. You could decide to read 1, 2, 3, 10 books a month in your target language. Oh, and you could, for example, book a conversation lesson every day for a week on things like italki. And no, they haven't sponsored this video, but I wish. If you have any language learning challenges that you'd like to share with us, and with me, I'm interested, then do let us know in the comment section below as usual. I'm gonna pour myself some tea. That amazing Japanese tea from Japan back when I went in June. Anyway, let's carry on. So my second point was going to be about journaling. So you might have heard about what journaling is, but basically it's something that's become kind of huge in the world of personal development, I want to say 5 to 10 years ago. To simplify it, journaling is essentially just writing down your thoughts and feelings on a piece of paper. Or electronically, obviously. For those of us who've been in relationships with people that don't speak your native language and with whom you speak your target language, you will probably know how difficult it is to talk about your feelings. If you haven't been in a relationship with someone that speaks your target language, then think about friendships maybe. And it's quite hard to express your feelings and thoughts, and I feel like journaling is a great way to work on getting better at it. Obviously, that's not the only benefit, although that's a great one. But another one that I really think is really interesting is how you can really work on your grammar and vocabulary when you're writing. And when the prompt is you, because sometimes you kind of run out of ideas or you don't know what to write about. So writing about your life is literally like an endless topic, right? So imagine you're writing and you want to say something like, I wish I had confessed my love to her. First of all, I know it's a bit cheesy. Second of all, just send her a text now. Like, what are you doing? So imagine you don't know how to say I wish in your target language, then that's a great opportunity for you to look it up, like find out how to say this. If you don't know a word to express, I don't know, I was feeling sad, you don't know the word for sad, then look it up. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, because obviously you will have looked up lots of words and grammar points, and you'll be able to talk about something that's relevant to you because it's literally about you. And we always talk about our feelings, how we think, how we feel about things, to our friends, to our family. So I think that's something that's really interesting in terms of language practice. So yeah, that's a great activity to improve your language skills while also practicing self-awareness. And if you don't know what that is, I will put some resources in the description box below. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. If you haven't done that already, what are you doing? Number 3, use ChatGPT. Obviously, I don't think ChatGPT beats an actual conversation with a human being. Arguably, because wait, imagine being able to improve your language skills while avoiding all interaction with anyone. I know for some of you that sounds like paradise, right? But on a more serious note, I personally use ChatGPT quite often to help me practice my languages. I even made a video about it, which I will link below, which you might find very interesting to give you ideas on how to use it. But like, it's insane how much you can do with it. The other day, I asked ChatGPT to translate for me a Japanese song, and it did. It even provided an explanation of the lyrics. I could ask questions about some sentence structures used in that song. Another time, I didn't remember how to use the word shushing in a sentence. I know it's a basic word, but I just couldn't remember. So I asked ChatGPT to give me 10 sentences with that word in it, and it did just that. Honestly, I wouldn't go as far as to say that it can replace an actual teacher because I'm an actual teacher, but honestly, it's pretty damn close. And it's super fun how there's so many things you can do with it. Like, it blows my mind. Number 4, follow artists/small content creators in your TL. This is something I started to do when I went to Osaka last June. Whenever there was a street performer, because I love music, I love singing, you might know that if you've been following this channel for a few years now, I would ask them just their Instagram, because virtually everyone has Instagram, especially people my age and under. And first of all, that's language practice because you actually have to approach them and you have a chance to have a little conversation with them. But then you also get tons of authentic language content through their stories, posts, tweets, lives, whatever it may be. I also feel like it's a really nice way to connect with the culture because it kind of creates a memory, like, you know, you've met this person in real life, now you're following them, and I don't know, I kind of like this idea of keeping in touch, I guess. And sometimes I feel like small creators or just kind of like underground street performers are a bit more accessible, so you can interact with them a little bit. Obviously, don't go around harassing them on Instagram, but you know what I mean. Of course, you can also decide to follow celebrities or content creators of any niche, topic, whatever. But there's something cool about following, let's say, non-high profile people because, I don't know, they just feel more genuine. Like there's this vibe of them not being extremely famous and being more accessible, I guess. I think you'll know what I mean, hopefully. And they definitely need the support as well. Number 5, act out scenarios. Something that's really useful to do, I think, is to imagine a scenario and then act out a conversation or monologue based on that situation. For example, imagine you want to practice how to order at a restaurant or maybe how to buy clothes, navigate, I don't know, any kind of situation, I guess, then try to do that. You can do it in many different ways. Either you improvise out loud, you can even write it down if you want. You can write it down, then read it out loud, or I don't know, there's many ways you can sort of go about it. But try to make it more challenging. So if you're at the restaurant, pretend you have an allergy or someone has an allergy, or you're ordering for like 10 people, so you have to give a list of many different foods and drinks and requirements, and then you can ask where the bathroom is. So, you know, don't just do like, I want water and I want like pasta. Otherwise, that's very short. Usually, unless you're at an advanced level, you will have lots of gaps in vocabulary and grammar structures that you'll need in order to navigate that situation. Similarly, that's a really hard word to say for some reason. Similarly to the second point about journaling, you will have to sort of look up words and grammar structures that you will need to navigate that situation. I do that a lot in Japan because I'm still a beginner. And when I need to, I don't know, go clothes shopping or I need to exchange clothes, I kind of like to prepare some sentences or imagine what their answer would be so it becomes more predictable. And for those of you that get anxious about speaking their target language, then doing this exercise will really help you to sort of like get ready, and that will reduce anxiety for a lot of you. All right, number 6, and we are nearly done. It's find an online community for your TL. This can be done in many different ways, I guess. If I was looking for an online community, I would probably go for Reddit. I know there's a subreddit for Japanese language learners, for example, and on that subreddit, and subreddit is basically what you call each group on Reddit, if you're not familiar with Reddit. And on that subreddit, you can find virtually any Japanese language question answered, or you can ask your own. Okay, granted, I haven't checked for every language, because listen, I'm busy, okay? But I'm sure you will find one if you look. If not, keep listening. The language community on Twitter is also pretty active. It's quite easy to find people that are learning various languages, and amongst them, you can definitely find people that are fluent in your target language, including native speakers. Honestly, if you can't find anyone, make a tweet, DM it to me at kevinabroadyoutube for YouTube, and I'll retweet it for you. Here's me hoping I don't get hundreds of DMs now. But I will try. I promise I will try if you send it to me. The last one I wanted to share with you is to create a social media page with content only for your TL. It's kind of related to number 4, but here the point is to create a social media dedicated only to your target language. For example, what I've done is to create 2 YouTube accounts. They're not actually new accounts because you don't have to give another email, but you can just do that easily and you can switch between accounts from your main account, if that makes sense. So I did that for Spanish and Japanese. Obviously, you can do the same for Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And on each account, I only focus on one language. For me, it was important to stick to only one language per account because otherwise the algorithm will give me content in various languages and I don't like that. So to avoid that, I just stick to one language. And whenever I want to practice my TL, I go to the corresponding account and I practice there for however long I want. The other advantage of sticking to one language is that over time, YouTube will suggest you more videos, more content creators based on what you watch. So you will discover even more stuff and you'll get even more stuff to watch. Basically, you'll be able to build up a repertoire of channels that you like to watch in your TL. Repertoire, I love that word. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. If not, don't be a hater. Come on. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, because that's the best way to support me. And it's free! I hate that joke. Anyway, bye!